Some might suggest that that very direct line, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets, uttered apparently by Prince Harry. Well, when you think about it, she locked horns with Angela Kelly, confident, close friend, of course, and somebody that really we should thank for protecting our wonderful monarch during that terrible time of the pandemic. Whatever people think about Angela Kelly, I believe that she gave Her Majesty the Queen a lot of good friendship, kindness, and support in very difficult and dark times. Her book indeed would be fascinating, and one, of course, that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle should be incredibly worried about or concerned. I don't necessarily see that now coming forward, given the fact that His Majesty the King Charles, very graciously organised her ongoing retirement home. So that was kind of a shrewd move, wasn't it? Some people might suggest. But what's interesting here is, as we saw earlier this year, Meghan, with her friendship group, is very quick to slam things down that seemingly don't suit her nature. Even this alleged author of this salacious book claims, on the one hand, that Meghan is not a pal of his, yet on the other side of the coin claims that she reached out to him to see how he was with all the battering that his first book got in the media. Friend or not friend, make your mind up. But one person, and a group of people in fact, who've decided, some might suggest, to distance themselves and refuse to get involved in this salacious book was none other than this group. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you today. Yes, it's funny, isn't it? When you are looking into things, and, trust me, as a journalist myself, you do tend to look at the people that these people have worked with. And it's always the ones that are willing to talk that you have to be most cautious of, because they're the ones that normally have something of an axe to grind. But if it's a big ensemble piece, you really do get a sort of mixed bag, of things from people. Some people say nice things, some people say bad things. Now, earlier this year, if you recall, Meghan's co-star in the now revitalized Netflix series Suits put out these pictures. Ooh, remember, Patrick J. Adams, he was just sifting through pictures of his good chum Meghan. And of course, he's been very derogatory about the British royal family, basically praising her for being free and taking on the fight, all of the usual, claptrap and sort of stuff that these people say with absolutely no idea. Of course, it does raise his profile. He was a non-entity that clearly nobody had heard of all the while it was part of Suits, no matter what he did. Meghan at least has elevated that point for him. But yes, he had to take the pictures down without a shadow of a doubt. But what's interesting here is, in this salacious book, as I say, which is, and I use that term loosely, it's a gossip find, that's all it is. But no members of Suits cast were willing to go on record to speak to said author. Now, according to a very well-placed source, this isn't about, sort of defending the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, a cable TV actress. They just wanted to draw a line under the whole sorry thing. Not great memories at all. Certainly, a lot of people were not the chummiest people on the set with Meghan Markle. Some felt, particularly towards the latter part of her stint, and more importantly, at the moment that she'd managed to get her clutches secure, tied down Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, well, she became incredibly regal, own security, and of course, very, very cautious about her own public image. But you would normally start with people like that, people who knew that person long before, of course, they'd hit the big time. But apparently every single one of them shut them down. And as I say, it wasn't because they were protecting her. Basically, some of them were incredibly traumatized, as ever we have to say allegedly, from working alongside said person. Now, they're refusing to be named and come forward, but isn't it fascinating that even her close chum, Patrick J. Adams, thought he was doing a good thing by raising his own profile and, of course, just putting out fun snaps on set of someone before they became important in their own mind. Well, even he, allegedly, had to go and get them taken down. Oh, and by the way, it's a bit of a radio silence. Patrick apparently is now finding that silence in Meghan's case is golden. Yes, no longer speaking. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.